Are you stuck with choosing the right books to read? Watch this video till the end to get some amazing recommendations distributed among the beginner, intermediary, and expert sections. You do not want to miss out on this gold mine. So, without any delay, let's get started. Reading books is basically how we apply it in our day-to-day life. We can read books on a virtual platform like Kindle or even manually have the particular book. So it depends on your interest and your requirements. Reading books digitally allows you to bookmark easily and highlight the pages which can be later easily searched and extracted through the mail. Even it provides you with a wide range of options, and in the case of reading physical books, it strictly chooses to only read one single book. Reading books can be in any comfortable posture, but it should be in the morning hours. Reading books in the morning hours energizes you to think differently, provokes and inspires you till the end of the day. Capturing thoughts and then reflecting on them in your life is important. At starting stages, start by being a slow reader and as thoughtful as it needs to be. And enjoy the process, that's the key point. Always select a book that attracts you. And it's even your responsibility to give attention to that book in the early stages and try not to quit in any circumstances. At one time, we always tried to read one book. Making note of important points while reading is very important, as it will surely bring a meaningful change in your thought and your life. Just commit yourself to the habit of reading and thoroughly enjoy the process. Reading books enhances your speaking skills, English fluency, and sentence formation skills. And as a beginner, it is very important to grasp the habit of reading books, and it can only be done by proper book selection. Comic books. These books have pictures on them, and pictures make even the boring text interesting. So never feel shame in picking up a comic book full of photos, because that is how you start reading. Tinkle Digest, the Tinkle magazine, Marvel Comics are examples of comic books. Mystery novels. In the beginning, always prefer to read novels with fewer pages that are easy to finish, and they will give you the confidence to pick up a bigger task. Small mystery novels that use simple English will bring curiosity about what is going to happen next and will develop your habit of reading. Some of them are books like Nancy Drew and books by Agatha Christie. Romance or love stories. We all need love and live in a society that discourages us from expressing our emotions. But these love stories will help you release your emotions. Wuthering Heights, Fault in Our Stars, The Notebook are some examples of love stories. Biographies. Reading a book full of achievements of super successful people will always encourage your thoughts, and you will end up learning a lot of life lessons. Born a Crime and Elon Musk are some examples. Fiction. Reading fiction books will help to develop reading habits, as they are very attractive and come in different categories like fantasy, science fiction, romance, historical, and many more. Some of them are Harry Potter, A Thousand Splendid Suns, The Alchemist, and The White Tiger. Benefits of reading books. Get good information. Reading a book gives you better information. By reading a book, you gain the experience and knowledge of the authors of that book. Reading keeps your mind healthy. Reading a book is like a brain exercise. The feelings in your brain are stronger as you read more and more. It also increases your nerve connections. So, it increases your brain function, thus keeping your brain healthy. Reading a book will reduce your stress. According to a study, it was found that reading books reduces stress. So, the next time you are under stress, you just pick up the book and read it, and your stress goes down. Develop your writing skills. You can write a lot by reading more if you read more information. It will be stored in your brain, so this will help you while writing. That is why reading a book will increase your writing skills. Strengthen your communication skills. Many readers' brains are full of sentences, and this is very helpful in their discussion. Their mind will tell them what words to say next. This is how communication skills increase. Improve vocabulary. You will learn new words as you read, which will be very helpful for your vocabulary. New words get into your brains as you read new things. 12 books every person should read. There's a reason why the best literature is classified as classics. They have universal themes, characters, events, emotions, and opinions that are still important today, and they were written by the finest literary geniuses of their time. Some of them have spawned entire modern literary fiction genres as a result of their inspiration. Here is a list of books that every level of reader should read once in their lives. You can find the timestamps in the description box below and click on the most appropriate one for you. Please add timestamps for beginner, intermediary, and expert reading in the description box below so that it saves the viewers some time. Alice in the Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is a strange and fascinating film that explores the powers of imagination and the truth of fiction. If you enjoy getting away from the actual world, this is the book for you. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. We are guessing you have heard of Harry Potter, but have you actually read the books? Join Harry Potter as he embarks on his trip into the magical realm, where he is known as the boy who lived. Visit Hogwarts, meet your favorite characters, and witness Harry develop into one of the world's most famous literary figures. The Book Thief by Mark Zuzak. The Book Thief is the story of Lizelle, a little girl who is placed in a new home since her mother is unable to care for her. Death tells the story, and by the conclusion, you have grown to appreciate and feel sad for him. The narrator gives the story an unusual viewpoint. Death says a lot of things that are intellectual and even beautiful. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Jeff Kinney wrote and illustrated the children's book Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the first installment of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. The story follows Greg Heffley, a young lad in middle school, as he tries to fit in. The first 20 million copies of Diary of a Wimpy Kid were read on Funbrain in 2004. On April 1, 2007, the abbreviated hardback adaptation was released. Among other accolades and prizes, the book was designated a New York Times bestseller. In March 2010, the book was made into a feature film which was released. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Nick Carraway tells the story, but it is primarily about a mystery-rich man named Jay Gatsby. Jay is a multimillionaire who is known for throwing extravagant parties, but the strangest part is that he never shows up. At least, that's what Nick discovers when he meets Daisy's cousin and her husband Tom. Intermediary readers. Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice is one of the most famous novels of all time, depicting the courtship of two opposing personalities in a world where respect and manners are paramount. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Frankenstein is a story unlike any other, combining gothic thriller, cautionary tale, and romance book. Frankenstein, written by Mary Shelley when she was only 18, asks readers to consider some profound questions. What makes us human? As living creatures, what do we owe to one another? How far can science push nature's boundaries? A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. Following the great success of his best-selling 2003 debut, The Kite Runner, Afghan-American author Khaled Hosseini published A Thousand Splendid Suns in 2007. After a family tragedy, Mariam, an illegitimate girl from Herat, is forced to marry a shoemaker from Kabul. State of Wonder by Anne Patchett. Anne Patchett's novel State of Wonder was published in 2011. It tells the narrative of pharmacologist Marina Singh, who travels to Brazil to bring back information about Dr. Annick Svensson, her former teacher, who is conducting supposedly miraculous drug research there. Bloomsbury in the United Kingdom and Harper in the United States published the book. It earned positive reviews and was nominated for several awards, including the Wellcome Trust Book Prize and the Orange Prize for Fiction. Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. An accessible book with a deeper message. It's a novel about dying, but it's also a book about life, one that's both heartwarming and funny. Expert level. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This timeless classic, first published in 1960, examines human behavior and the collective conscience of the Deep South in the early 20th century. The delicate strands of prejudice, hatred, hypocrisy, love, and innocence are intertwined with humor to create one of the best novels ever written. 1984 by George Orwell. Despite the fact that George Orwell's dystopian, totalitarian world of control, fear, and falsehood has passed us by, the dystopian, totalitarian world of control, fear, and lies has never been more relevant. Explore Winston Smith's life as he attempts to understand his evolving human nature in a society where individuality, free will, and love are prohibited. The Immortals of Meluha by Amish Tripathi. The Immortals of Meluha is Amish Tripathi's debut book as well as the first book in the Amish verse and the Shiva trilogy. The story takes place in Meluha and begins with the arrival of Shiva. The Meluhans think Shiva is Nilkant, their mythological savior. Shiva resolves to aid the Meluhans in their fight against the Chandravanshis who have allied with a cursed Naga. But throughout his journey and the ensuing battle, Shiva discovers how his decisions reflect who he wishes to be and how they lead to disastrous repercussions. Republic by Plato. The book opens with a discussion of a basic ethical dilemma, namely why anyone should behave well. Surely, if someone had a magical ring that made them invisible, they would take advantage of others. One of the characters claim that we don't behave immorally most of the time because of the threat of punishment or because powerful people prevent us from doing so. The book's overall theme is that there is a reward for doing correctly and there is a psychological health that may be obtained when the three parts of the soul, or as we would say mind, are in excellent balance. The dangers of smoking in bed. Welcome to Buenos Aires, a city rife with malicious purpose and sick ambitions, where long-lost children reappear and buried bones bear horrible curses. These fascinating, terrifying tales of vengeance, witchcraft, fetishes, disappearances, and urban lunacy are filled with women and girls whose dark desires will push them over the edge. That's all for this video. We hope you liked this video and found it useful. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such content. We will see you soon in our next video. Till then, stay hydrated, stay home and stay safe. Keep skilling up with Skillioma.